hole 1. Big bomb par 4 downhill, 638 feet. Just trying to keep on in bounds. If you're going to make a miss, off to the right side is really the only place you can miss because there's an out of bounds all the way left.
Huntington Beach, California. Paul McBeth.
For the 1062 rated player, he averages. It means half his rounds are better than that. That's crazy. Trying to make a slight adjustment from round 2 where he almost had the distance, just didn't quite get it back to the pin is not enough, and pretty much the same result today.
Eagle McMahon just ready to go here on hole 1, I'm sure.
This is Cloudbreaker 2. Wow. Wow. I mean, it seems like he's taking like 2 or 3 steps and then sending it 640 feet.
And McBeth with just a little chip up to the pin, and
Eagle just a few paces outside the circle.
And that's an eagle bid. Wow. You can't be too mad about still having a tap-in birdie, but
here's somebody who takes advantage of opportunities. McBeth, and not that there's an opportunity, but a situation where he can separate himself from the field. And hole 2, par 4, 601 feet. And this one is such a fun tee shot. You really have to make a decision about this tree right there. Left side or right side, just getting onto this hillside, and then where does the best place play for your approach angle to this pin? Such a difficult hole to attack on that second shot, as the hillside really slopes pretty heavily from right to left as you get down to the green. That water really comes in play on any errant approach.
McBeth has been choosing this turnover. And I wish I knew what disc he was throwing. I want to say it was a Onyx.
Eagle's going Luster FD3. Wow, he's able to start that FD3 out on a pure hyzer and get it to just drift up to flat just a little bit. It's a beautiful shot, and he's got 250 feet left to the pin. Looks like he has all hyzer.
You're a little bit shaky as Paul pulls his drive out to the right. I'm trying to figure out angles, if it's worth it or not. And
this is the second most difficult hole on the course. Eagle's lining up the forehand.
This is an FD2. Going forehand to try and match that hillside as it approaches the green.
Nice turn.
Does this slow down? Oh! No!
Yeah.
No!
Let's go. Oh my gosh.
So let me ask, how many people say, well, I missed the eagle on the first hole, but I'll just get it on 2 instead?
No one, Terry.
No one.
That was magic. Eagle is bringing the magic for us today. He is 3 under through 2 holes.
Really?
Spot. Moving on to hole 3, 407 feet. Such a fun par 3. I love going down and up and down a hill like we have here at this hole. Very beautifully arched fairway, and you got to keep it low, but you can't. You have to just barely get over that hill. Moving down this hill, and there's that out of bounds creek. can't quite see the line painted on the creek. Yeah, a little bit right there.
Fairways.
But
Oh, Eagle's going forehand right here. He's going PD. Oh, he's got it turned over. No.
And it stays inbounds. I think we're going to wait to see if we get a call, and a no call is what?
That was a misfire for sure. He just hung on to it a little too long, and that's a green flag.
Little bit of a break there. Not only kicking out, but then also staying just short of the creek.
Didn't really get a good line on this, but it looks like it's carrying nicely. Yeah.
yeah, and he's inside the circle and only 25 feet away. I'd say that's a job well done for Paul.
So taking advantage of the break, or the multiple breaks, we should say there. Great putt by McMahon. He is now 4 under through the first 3 holes.
Middle.
Hole 4, par 3, 432 feet. One of the more dangerous par 3s, as you see the water on the left the whole way. Getting the height right as this big right to left slope is so important. Big flex play is an option. Also, the backhand hyzer that kind of matches the angle of the hillside, or those are the 2 most predominant plays. You also see some players go with a pitch forehand just to play for the safe 3.
Eagle going with the forehand. That's landing up on the hillside just right of the pin. He's outside circle 1 and looking at a pretty dangerous putt, actually.
We've seen McBeth keep this one just a bit too low the last 2 rounds. And there he finally got the height right. That's what he's been looking for, and getting a little bit of skip, and
That's really good.
yeah, that is such a good shot.
So this is a real tester for Eagle. He's obviously started out great. He's sitting 4 under through 3 holes. His confidence has to be at an all-time high, right?
It has to be. He just hasn't been missing from this distance. Interesting.
It was a great run.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those softer bids, though. I mean, he was definitely...
And Paul collects his birdie, and we miss George.
Darn, he just goes to 4 under through 4 now.
Hole 5, par 4, 555 feet. Roller or sidearm, don't really see too many backhand turnovers, as the roller play really gets you all the way down here in a good place when thrown.
But I have seen almost every single round so far somebody has tried the turnover.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
I could see it being a play. It's just the low ceiling as you go down the hill. It just really begs for a good roller, and Paul really likes this one.
Ooh, a little.
Nothing to not
Oh,
like
and
about
then a
that
little
one. Yeah.
help. A little help and then a little help.
There's OB all along the left side of the hole. Eagle's going Essence right here. The new 8-speed from Discmania. Needs it to curl quick.
And missed the cameraman, which it did.
Goodness. It curled just before that out of bounds.
Wow, there's the play by Eagle. He's going to lay up short of the green, and like you said, I think that's the best way to word it. You're going to trust your putt and hope that you can make one from there.
And Paul's just going to take the super easy birdie here.
I love this angle right here. Get to look at his setup and see what See, you know, just like see what his face looks like when he's like finding his focus right here.
It's all thanks to Matt, one of our cameramen.
Come on.
Yes. Wow. 5 under through 5. And Eagle, he means business today.
He sure does. You just never know what you're going to get out here.
Beth taking his time, making sure, and he's widening his advantage over this card. As we move on to hole 6, a par 3, 437 feet up the hill, turned over to the right pretty good. Backhand anhyzer or roller are really the only two plays you're going to see on this one.
It's down in a little bit. There are some trees on the early right side, right off the pad here, that kind of get in the player's head, and also the run-up is a little interesting because there's no space behind the pad. That's
Very
essence
congested.
from Eagle. And he loves it.
Yeah, without it, this is completely blind if it's not, you know, obvious to everyone at home. This is a blind shot right now.
Necessarily in any danger here, but not going to be getting any birdies on hole 6 this round. As he pitches out and around, lays up with the zone.
This is Eagle to go 6 for 6.
That and that's going to hurt quite a bit. And Jordan did this turning, and then I don't want to say fortunate through those last trees, but just right through the middle.
Absolutely tapping.
Hole 7, par 4, 484 feet, playing much further just because it's uphill the whole way. Not that big of a tee shot, just hitting that gap is all you really need to do. Put yourself somewhere in the middle, set yourself up for, I mean, we've seen putter approaches once a good tee shot is executed. So really you just need to really focus on hitting that initial gap off the tee.
Yeah, first thing you're thinking about, please, no matter what, please be in bounds.
Yeah.
Second thing is be in bounds in a good spot.
Oh no. Oh, and Eagle very fortunate he hits the tree across the creek and fortunate to not kick back down into the creek, and he's actually still going to be in position. Ideally, you want to get further up this hill, right where Andy's heading.
Paul going Luna.
Right to the top of that if you can.
Oh boy.
And that.
Oh, that was
Paul
close.
Trying to use the whole fairway, bending it from left to right, and pays the price by being just barely off, and that is kicked way in the woods, and you can see the frustration right there. He knows how bad that is off to the right.
Yeah.
And doesn't take advantage of that, and now that bogey is certainly in play as Jordan is still outside circle 2, and Paul in the same spot deep in the woods, and he is playing army golf, left, right, left, right.
So even after the kick, like you said, Eagle finds himself in a not so bad position. And I have to say, maybe you can back me up, having a forehand, a standstill forehand, is such a useful tool in a shot like this.
Incredible. It absolutely is, Terry. It's almost necessary, I would say.
And finally he can call hole 7 over, as McBeth is going to suffer a double bogey.
So Eagle has still managed to put himself in position. This is to go 7 for 7 to open the final round. Wow.
No way.
What was that?
He missed on that putt to cause that. I mean, it was airball.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say. had just caught up with the group at this point, and that just barely gets in. And I think I audibly gasped when I saw him airball that. I was just like, how is that possible? You're 6 for 6, and I was just catching up with the group.
Move on to hole 8. The first of 2 par 5s on this course. 576 feet. Very eagleable. A good tee shot can get somewhere up in this hillside, actually, if you get clean all the way through. And then from there, it's just a very tight gap as you see all these tiny trees. Not many gaps outside the middle. If you try to go anywhere around the outside, you are going to hit one of those.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a little bit of a relief coming to this hole because it is a scoring hole.
Yeah.
And if Eagle just had a little bit more height on that, he would have got that to flex out into the premier position.
McBeth got this thing well down the fairway in round 2. He's looking to match that after the double bogey on hole 6 or hole 7. And the angle was good. It just didn't quite have the power. Also, didn't really help that it hit that high ceiling.
Yeah, needs a bit lower.
So here's Eagle.
No, he's not. Is he going roller on this? This is so
He's
sick. He's got an
positioned.
essence.
Hits the tree.
Just keep going. Are you kidding me? This is the best footage all time, Terry.
Eagle out of position, backhand roller down the tunnel, and that's after it hits a tree limb.
Trying to get to the same spot. He might try to be a little bit more aggressive.
And look at this. This is an absolute gem. Getting all the way up there. That was such a great shot.
He's good at great shots.
Yeah. I got to work for it.
I cannot believe he got there from there.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
And with the backhand, I mean, that would.
And now Eagle McMahon stepping up after one of the most incredible backhand rollers you could ask for. Oh, heart of the chains. And a little fist pump. Eagle McMahon is feeling it.
Woo! That creeps in there. And at this point in the round, I hadn't been checking scores the whole time, and McBeth walked up to me up this fairway and he said, "You see what's going on out there?" And I said, "I have no idea." He said, he told me, you know.
Yeah.
As we move to hole 9, par 3, obviously you have the tight window and that downslope coming behind the basket. So important to keep the speed right.
And he just knows.
Oh yeah.
You ever think about this line?
You know, this takes a special type of throw. I mean, I don't even think I could throw it. This is a grenade from Eagle. Super vertical shot.
Just straight up in the air, and then it knifes back down. So you actually are putting your thumb on the underside of the disc and you're throwing the disc inverted.
As Paul McBeth, the difficult part with the backhand turnover is getting that speed and distance right. So often you see that shot just sail over the hill like McBeth did there.
Definitely.
You don't want to have to make a ton of those for par.
Because this is a hole that you want to get, and when you don't get it, you push, and then all of a sudden it has some teeth, and you're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, McBeth, he is errant on his shot for birdie. A unique situation. Always a nice thing when you were the last one to tap out for 2.
Absolutely incredible watching this front half. And Eagle is on a tear as he's parked this one. I'm doing the Instagram stories for the Pro Tour out there as Eagle's trying to make his move from this chase card.
22 under right now, but Eagle McMahon at 24, he needs to do a little bit of work, and so does the rest of the card. With Jordan Castro catching that double bogey and the single bogey, let's see if he can kind of make a push.
And look at Chris Dickerson and Eagle McMahon are 9 down through 9. So they're doing pretty good. As we go to hole 10, par 3, 368 feet, 5th hardest hole in the day. And it really seems like it might be the hardest. Every time you step up to this one, it is so far to get all the way up that hill. In round 2, we only had 3 birdies on the day. Let's see if we can see some more on this card here.
Flip, shape, and that's it right there. That is flipping up to flat. He loves it. No way.
Does it get any better than that?
No.
McBeth.
And that was a nifty little approach. Just all Anheuser the whole way.
It's still, he will literally be the last to putt after the CTP on 10. That is incredible.
Wow.
Hole 11, par 3, 242 feet. Another straight one. This is like Idlewild to a T. A bunch of tiny trees that form a tight gap. Hit the gap, you're rewarded with a putt for birdie.
Yeah, I actually like the play I've seen a lot of people doing where they're kind of pushing it to that right side. It seems like there's a little bit more. I mean, that, or you could just throw it directly perfect.
Doop.
Here, Eagles playing this one, flipping up to flat. That is beautiful.
And Eagle probably wished I would have stayed there.
Much to look at from there. Paul just getting around there, and
that's the fat part of the green I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
The death putt from Eagle outside the circle. At no point was that not going in.
No. That's what they look like when he makes it too. Just straight at the pole. That one came out a little bit of water.
Literally smack dab in the middle. 65 players of the 130, 50% of the field picking up the birdie on hole 11. This is about as... This one, not so much. Hole 12, par 4, 644 feet. Just that delicate little forehand around the corner or the inside corner backhand turner over the 2 most often seen plays as we get down here to the second shot territory. A beautiful blind approach as you go over this hill and down to the left. Anything long or anything right really slopes away heavily from the green. You have to use a lot of finesse with your approach, and that's after a great tee shot.
Eagle is just blasting one up there. It's really unique the way that he plays it. Most forehand players are kind of just getting right around the corner, but he's going high speed right there and just playing those long trees.
The angle is cut off for the backhand hyzer that far
So
left.
specific where you want to place your disc, and even if you place it there, you have a really tight window where speed control is so important. This is a great kick.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't hit anything.
No, that was
okay.
completely clean. That was
Sorry.
a beautiful shot. Paul even antsy, even with a beautiful shot, not
Right.
quite sure if that's going to hit that gap. And when you go to the inside gap with the sidearm, you're really bringing the early right and the back left
going
trees
with the
really into
forehand
play.
roller
It's
here.
a very
Essence,
narrow gap to
This
hit.
is a common approach here. Oh, that one, good line, but just curled a little quick.
Just a little early, and we'll see if the exact same shot come in, and then it catches edge and will roll 50 or 100 feet away.
Exactly, very common to see that on hole 12.
Tough putt and make it.
This needs to go.
It
went.
Yeah, it went.
Yeah, it went. Yep.
That is textbook shot there. McBeth going with the Paige Pierce buzz.
You see Thomas looking on with anticipation. Eagles 11 through 11.
Oh, dang it, is right. I mean, a little overshadowed by Eagles' nearly perfect round, but he is right there.
KY hole 13, par 4, 472 feet. Very tackleable with a good backhand drive that gets through all these trees that you see we're coming up to and gets a good skip off this pretty grabby grass. But you execute the shot cleanly and you're going to be rewarded with a circle 2 putt to this tiny island green. And that's actually all safe behind it except for the right side and left side of those white. This guy's got little tiny fire emojis. He's only 200 for the round, but he's fire emoji in his heart right now.
That is really good.
McBeth trying to match the line from the
Go.
last round, and
Oh.
that is disaster.
Spoiler alert, lead card on second day by Patrick Brown actually threw it all the way to the pin and went into the creek just a few feet short of the basket. So
No, and that is the miss that you cannot make. That early left. in
Oh
the
man, I wanted to see what happened. They said that hit safe and then rolled OB.
I mean, it was early.
Yeah, it was a bad shot. It was a terrible shot, but I was still wanted to see what happened.
Here we go.
My own selfish desires.
That's actually a good shot to get. He's throwing out of bounds. Or
Mhm.
Eagles approach right here.
that
Yeah,
shot.
agreed.
That's it. Okay.
So McBeth is gonna card his second bogey of the round.
That's also a great par save. He put that turnover putter in.
And he is not out of the mix right now.
No, it's actually.
Hole 14, this par 4 is all about hitting that initial gap and getting somewhere down the bottom of the hill. And from there, it's just a pitch across over to this little island green, but it's actually a pretty big island green.
Only a couple ways to do it. It's the flat to hyzer forehand, or it's a really crazy James Conrad, Michael Joe kind of flip up backhand. An Eagle missing the gap right there, Terry.
yeah, you got to wonder, is Eagle washed up? I mean, he's got 2 pars, and now he's missed the gap here on this 3rd hole.
That's good.
Yeah. One soft skip and one nestle right where you want to be at the bottom of the hill.
Jump putting from there.
Mm-hmm.
should be somewhat routine to get this forehand down into the flat.
Just a little bit of roll, but that's still short of the.
Paul may be looking to ring this one up.
Drop.
Just over the top. So close to hit metal.
But he's in a need for birdies, and he needs to get them
Left with
quick
something
because
that you might gotta
you know,
practice, and you have to think of a new shape. You have to visualize that new shape and then try and execute it right here in the moment during this final round.
Eagle, a little too much. Now, if Eagle was practicing from that distance, he was probably assuming he was actually there from his initial drive.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
and that speaks to what you're saying is you got to get creative and you got to think about all the different situations out here.
And that's not going to help. That is as about as short a miss as you're going to see.
Yeah, because anything can happen out
Yeah.
here when you're on the Idlewild track, that's for sure. Eagle's trying to save his par.
Making it look easy right there. A little obstructed on the footing.
It's still time to salvage a good round, actually. Believe it or not, you know, if you go birdie and then you maybe get an eagle on 16 or 17 and a birdie on 18, you still are going to finish high, if not up there for the win. Hole 15, it all starts here, though. We've got to get this birdie on this uphill par 4. Keeping a drive in the fairway is so, so important. Anything off the fairway spells disaster.
We have to talk about Eagle.
No,
Oh, no.
another miss right there.
Yeah, he started out now 11 for 11. The last 3 holes, he's done a little bit of scrambling, and he's got 3 pars. But he's in trouble here on 15.
That
Paul going so much hyzer and never standing up, just missing the line.
That's way left, but
position for
if
a
he
hyzer.
has some sort of lean out, there could be an option of.
And this hole is one of the reasons why we see so much variance in the scores, because if you, even a good shot can be just out of position enough.
All right, I'll give it a go. Disaster. All right, that's all I got. I know I could get the first one. He had a swing.
Yeah,
He just missed it.
just missed it.
I
the
hit
same way.
the same ones
Yeah,
coming in.
yeah, it's a very common thing. If you're a little bit pinched off, you try to overpower that forehand. A lot of shots at that back door. And Paul, he's definitely, that is no layup there. Paul is trying to make that.
This is a really important shot right here. No way.
Wow, and no, there was such a conversation about that as he's lining up his long par putt here. Yeah, and that didn't look good out of his hand, and he wasn't concerned about scores, and things would shake out as they will. So Eagles, after an 11 for 11 start, is going to give one back to the course.
17 very eagleable. 18's the toughest hole in the course. But
At
Hole
26 under
16
par.
is a par 5 where the OB line and the tall grass line the fairway for nearly 800 feet. Landing inbounds on this hole is the first step. The second shot is just as demanding and unique in that the landing zone is 40 feet below the throwing surface, which is only 80 feet short of the heavily wooded island green. Let's see how it plays out.
And 16 is one of the most eagled par 5s or of any hole on the course. Opportunity is certainly there.
that's just what the doctor ordered for all of you guys. And so far, all's good is good. Everybody's in
And
bounds.
he's, gets
Jordan.
to throw from that spot, as opposed to going out on the right and then not gaining all that distance.
And Eagle is going PD2 here.
Yeah, we saw really a spike from him in round 2. And yeah, right out of frame, he goes a spike here. And that's the play you were just talking about. I mean, I can throw it that far.
He just chipped it. That was like 200 feet in the air. That's such a unique style, but you know it's going to be in bounds. And here's that cloud breaker too. And even from this far back, he has to throw that steep of a hyzer. I just can't believe that he can get it to push that forward. Wow.
Look at that.
He is just outside the circle.
And bringing down a tree limb or two with him.
Actually outdrives Paul. Paul going super conservative with that spike hyzer, just putting him in position to go the big flex shot. He said he was going to go for the green, but this one does not quite have the inertia to push the green. However, it does have the inertia to get down there for a 68 foot. There you go, 68 foot putt for Eagle. Worse results.
Yeah. Must make here.
Paul knows what he has to do. He's the champion that lives for situations like this. Very difficult putt.
Oh, good catch. What a putt. Just the moments that this guy takes advantage of. Not the moments that he puts himself in.
Yeah.
The moments that he takes advantage of. Like, just to, now all of a sudden he's in it.
Eagle.
Another one
And-
just high.
Yeah, and so surprising because we've seen him he seems so focused and so dialed. And
Here on hole 17, 2 holes remaining. McBeth, right now, as it stands, he's still one back of Chris Dickerson's 26 into the clubhouse. He knows what he has to do. Keep one down the fairway, and if he's trying to win this tournament, put one close and maybe make a putt for the big eagle. Yeah, you could put me 50 feet off the tee pad and say I'm safe.
Uh-oh. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I know that spot. That is a tough spot. That is also one tough compadre.
And just to real quickly touch on the competitiveness, Eagle birdied a 969-foot hole and still has the back of the box.
Yeah, good point. That's crazy.
Sit down.
That was so close. You
Wow.
just never know, Terry. You never know what kind of kick you're going to get, if you're going to roll toward the OB, away from it.
But
This is so hard from here.
yeah,
He just throws it in.
that would be special.
Oh, no. Oh. Sit.
And
What?
Eagle's trying to just pitch up. Okay.
Wow, that's perfect.
It-
It's crazy
it-
that he can jump putt that far.
That is disrespectful. Do you know who this guy is?
I don't think Idlewild cares.
Hole 17 doesn't care who you are.
I don't think
Or where
Idlewild
you're
cares
from.
who you are, man. It really
Yep.
just it does not discriminate.
No, no luck. Oh, no. That's not it. Oh, boy.
Hate to see it.
Yep, well.
Eagle for his birdie 3.
That's such a his speed. If he airballs like he did on 7, that's in the water, and that's a bogey.
So what's the vibe like now?
Well, Paul, it's not good. You know, at this point, we knew that Paul was the only saving grace that we had on the lead card, and you know, sometimes Idlewild's your friend and plays like Idlemild, and sometimes you understand why they call it Idlewild. You know. As we move down one of the hardest fairways in the sport, hole 18, obviously once again the hardest hole on the course. Got to keep it in the fairway.
It seems like it's a little more open on that right side. Is that a fair statement or not necessarily?
No, it's fair. Right's a little bit better.
Crucial shot for Eagle.
He's going MD3. And now
And I you know, when Paul isn't going to win an event, you know, not that he's at all trying to. He's trying his best, of course, but at the same time, there's a little bit of that fight that's just kind of gone, and it's you know, at this point, we're just trying to finish the rounds with
Eagles.
oh no.
Oh, he pitches out too far, so he goes from left side to right side fairway.
Actually, a really similar angle.
So he's got the early trees on the right. He's got the bush on the left.
And he doesn't know that all he needs is a bogey, Terry.
He has no idea.
No way. What? He's inside the circle from there? I can't even express how hard that is.
Eagle says he's got a new good luck charm, and well, she might be standing right behind him right now. This is to save his par. Solid.
Really? Again?
He was just informed that he won. He had no idea.
Idlewild Open champion, Eagle McMahon. Woo. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Appreciate it.